Aglaea, which is our first limited remembrance DPS unit, will be coming to the banner right up in a few days, but there are a lot of factors that are to be considered before pulling for her. So in this video, we will be discussing and summarizing few key points and conditions before we decide to pull for her. And these are only some of the reasons why you might want to skip Aglaea. Number 1. You don't have Sunday. One of the things you might want to know before pulling for Aglaea is that she has one of the biggest energy requirement in the game, topping up at 350 max energy before she can use her ultimate. Most players will have Tingyun, but she can only give 50 flat attack for that 350 max energy requirement. Your only better option is to have Sunday that could provide Aglaea a 20% regen of her max energy during Sunday's ultimate skill activation. Also, Aglaea needs a very solid action advance inducing unit, one that could provide 100% action advance. And Sunday can fill both roles without having two units fill those two slots like using Tingyun and Bronya, when he can just straight up do those roles and do it much better than them in one slot. Unfortunately, most of the players who skipped Sunday on his banner at that time should think twice before pulling for Aglaea in this upcoming banner. Number 2, you don't have a Ho-Ho. Just like Sunday, Ho-Ho is also one of the critical units that Aglaea should have. Ho-Ho's ultimate skill regenerates energy for all allies, excluding this character, by an amount equal to 15% of their respective max energy. So if you have Sunday with Aglaea on the team, Ho-Ho can provide the 15% energy fill to Aglaea, and at the same time, it also fills up Sunday's energy to proc his ultimate faster, and give another 20% energy fill for Aglaea in the process. Number 3, you have an Acheron. One thing you must have to remember is that Aglaea is a lightning remembrance DPS that can handle enemies with lightning weakness, and she doesn't even have a special mechanics of weakness implantation like Boothill and Firefly has. And if you already have Jingyuan, or even better, you have an Acheron, which are both lightning DPS units, you might want to consider skipping Aglaea and save up for better units for your account. Number 4, Robin's banner. Aside from Aglaea's limited banner, there are also other premium banners coming alongside her. These are Boothill, Robin, and Silverwolf's limited banners. Boothill is a solid hunt unit DPS that could implant physical weakness to an enemy. Silverwolf, a quantum harmony unit that also implants elemental weakness to a single enemy, and Robin, a physical harmony unit that can provide team-wide 100% action advance to all allies while providing crit damage buff to follow-up attacks, attack buff, and damage buff. Robin is the best pick among the three as she is a harmony support unit, a buffer that walks at the same level as Ruin Mei, and will boost the damage of every upcoming DPS units in the game. And you might want to prioritize pulling her for your account as a better value than pulling a DPS unit that might get power crept soon in the future. Number 5, Castorice is coming. Aglaea is our first limited remembrance DPS dropping at 3.0, and after her, Castorice, which probably is a quantum remembrance DPS, will be dropping on 3.2 after Triby's and mydei's banner, and she might possibly give a much better DPS value than our first DPS remembrance unit. Also, Castorice is one of the most hyped unit in the game right now, with her cool undead dragon, and she might drop at the same time as the anniversary date of the game. And we all know that those units dropping on those times are typically broken units that you might want to highly consider pulling. So, in summary, Aglaea is our very first limited remembrance DPS unit in the game, and it's safe to assume that there will be newer and more better remembrance DPS units that will drop in the game after her. She is also expensive to build because she requires premium characters on her team, like Sunday, Ho-Ho, and Robin. And if you already have other DPS units with similar elemental typing coverage like Jingyuan and Acheron, you might want to start thinking of skipping her for better upcoming units for the future of your account. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, players' satisfaction and fun is what matters the most. And we, as players, can always pull for characters we want for our own enjoyment and satisfaction over the meta. Have a good day and see you on our next video. Peace out.